Stick your finger in my ass. Do 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 do. Just don't rub it in my eye and give me a rash. Do do do. Anyway, speaking of getting a rash, and speaking of seeing it only one-eyed Willie style, some people are really fucking stupid. Some people are just really, 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 really nearsighted, and they're stupid. Now, I'm going to talk about this 5G network bullshit. And the reason I say that people are stupid is they're basically one issue people. It's like they don't see a bigger picture. They only see one part of it. Whether it's the left, whether it's the right, the right is, oh, it's big government, oh, free market, blah blah blah. And yes, there's some truth to that. But it goes so far beyond that. It goes so way beyond just big government control. Now, first off, net neutrality was not government control. It wasn't. What it was, yes, it had a government element, but it wasn't government control. Essentially, the government was saying that everybody has to play by the same rules, and it doesn't matter what your content is. You, the little guy vlogging from your home, you're equal to Amazon as far as bandwidth goes, and as far as your connection speed. You are equal to them. You are equal to Netflix. You are equal to whatever, the big corporation conglomerate bullshit. You, the little guy doing your little vlog from your little bedpost, you are co-equal with anyone else. That was a good thing. Oh, the government control. No, it wasn't government control. The government was basically saying that internet providers cannot fuck around with that. You can't manipulate it. You can't say, well, your content is, we don't like your content, so we're going to, slow it down. Or, in the case of what they actually did do with Netflix, if you don't pay a ransom, and that's exactly what it was, we will slow your service down on our, for all the people who use us, we will slow down Netflix for them. So you would have somebody, let's say on Comcast, who had Netflix slowed, but if I have something else, my Netflix works fine. So you have literally the haves and have-nots based upon who you have as a provider. Now, a lot of people say, well, that's the free market, the free market. The problem with the free market in this case is that the internet providers are a monopoly. They're bullshit. There's no such thing as a free market when it comes to internet and cable and all that bullshit. And even the phones to some degree. I'm talking landlines. I'm not even talking about the, Verizon and all that bullshit. $75 a month and all that bullshit. There really is no competition. I mean, yeah, okay, maybe you got Dish Network and Time Warner / Spectrum. Well, okay, Spectrum's offering me, 60 megs or whatever it is. All the Time Warner was only offering 15, and I had to pay like $100 to get more, but whatever. Or you got Dish Network that has 15. So yeah, okay, there's an option. I can go to Dish Network, or I can go to Spectrum and get more. There's it's so stupid. The free market is broken in this situation. It is broken. Now, to be fair, let's say before Spectrum came along, because they're brand new, you had Time Warner. Now, I was paying like $60 a month. Was it 60? Yeah, it was like $60 a month for 15 megs, which is almost on par with, I think, what Dish Network was. 40 to 60, whatever it was. And then for an extra additional $20, I think you could get 30. And then it went up from there. So if I wanted 60, 100 megs, I had to pay more. So I'd be paying closer to $100 for 100 meg, which is fine, but the way they set it up, and to be honest with you, I was lucky. I actually paid the extra $20 to get the 30 because I do a lot of gaming and streaming and stuff. I was supposed to be getting about 30. I was lucky if I got 17. And then when I was getting the 15, I was lucky if I was getting 9. They were slowing my shit down. They literally were slowing my shit down. I was paying for it, but they were slowing me down. Now, I don't know if that was just Time Warner being assholes, and it probably was, because they were assholes, I ain't gonna lie. That was the shittiest fucking company imaginable. But there were no options. I can either go through all the rigmarole of switching over and having them strap a dish to the side of my house, or just bite the bullet and say, fuck it. You know? And now Spectrum has been okay. Now they were a little shady when they first switched over because they raised my price and didn't bother telling me and forced me to have to pay the first month because I didn't even know what was going to happen. Like, I don't remember getting an email. I don't remember getting anything in the mail saying, "Oh, by the way, if you don't sign up to a new whatever our program is, whatever our setup is, you're going to pay almost double." So instead of paying, what was it? No, it was like $60-something a month for the 30. Whatever. So I think it was 40, and then I paid 20, so it was like 60. Whatever the price. Who gives a shit? My bill was like $75, which is like $15 more than it should have been, and it was just because they were being complete assholes, and they were able to do that. They can do that kind of stuff. Why? Because there's no government regulation saying you can't do that. So it's like, oh, the government, big government, oh, tears and streaming down my face, oh. Bullshit, you're wrong, you're full of shit. Yes, we do need government regulation in some cases. Like, should corporations be allowed to put toxic shit into our water? No, there needs to be a government regulation. That's all there is to be said on that. Well, it's big government. No, it ain't big government. It's big you not being an asshole is what it is. Now, I admit sometimes EPA and stuff like that, maybe it goes overboard. But there are times in this situation, they shouldn't be allowed to do that. Just randomly, oh, by the way, I'm going to raise your price because, oh, it's the free market and, yeah, fuck you. No, there should be a reason why. Or at least I should be notified. I should at least have been notified that, oh, yeah, we're going to switch over. Spectrum bought Time Warner, which I knew because I read in the news. And they should have contacted me and said, oh, by the way, if you don't sign up for our new program, you're going to get, you're going to have to pay more money. You're going to have to pay more for that, for the transition. Somehow, for some reason, there was a $15 surcharge from going from asshole company A to asshole company B. Why? Because they can get away with it. So, whatever. We're not gonna debate that here. That's not what this is about. The idea that it's big government, it's big government. Believe me, there is more to this 5G bullshit than there is anything else. It has nothing to do with big government. Now, granted, I shouldn't say nothing. There is a part of it that's big government because yes, if they own the IP. They can literally see what you're doing. They can read what you're doing. They can watch what you're doing. They can watch it in real time with you. But the 5G is something different. The 5G, the only way I can describe it, and I'm being very simplistic, is it's like an internet net. Now, there's a problem with what it's doing because it apparently, now this may fall into conspiracy because there's no scientific, whatever you want to call it. There's been no studies done. But apparently this 5G network does radiate something, and it could fuck with human body, basically. It could fuck with us, basically. There's been no studies of like long-term exposure to this shit. Which, I don't know about that. But it's there, and I'm going to mention it. So, I don't want to talk about it too much, because I haven't really looked into it. It could be conspiracy, it could not. Well, there's no studies, so you can't say it's conspiracy, and you can't really say that it's nothing. So, it's something until it's nothing, basically. We'll just leave it at that. But, that could be a thing. Because this is casting a wide blanket, literally, over everything, like the surrounding area. And what it's going to do, this is actually one of the things I see nobody talking about this, is that they want to connect everything that has a microchip in it. Your car, your phone, your blender, your washing machine, your dildo, whatever you got. Your gaming console, your light, your lamp, your vibrating bed, whatever the fuck you got that has microchips in it. This net will be able to detect those things. And they can literally pinpoint where you are. Like, okay, he has, three or four gaming consoles. Whatever. He's got a dildo shoved up his ass. Whatever. They can determine that. And what happens is, and this is a potential problem. This might be a little conspiratorial, maybe, but these things are going to be linked. Now, what happens when you link everything with a chip? I don't know, let's say there was a solar flare or an EMP nuclear blast from North Korea over the center of America. And everything is connected. You know what would happen? Everything would go down. Everything would be fried. If we had an EMP blast over Central America, well, not Central America, but like center of America, I should say, not Central America. You know what I mean? We're talking at least 2 weeks to multiple months, but we would be completely in the Stone Age, literally. Everything would be fried. Our computers would be fried. Everything with a chip would be fucked. You understand that? Do you get that? This shit is trying to connect everything. And if you hinder that, then everything that's connected is fucked. Now, depending on the situation, most everything would be fucked anyway, but it depends. It depends on the radius and so on and so forth. But again, if we're going to blanket the entire, let's say the entire country, or at least good major chunks of it, we're talking some serious damage on that. That is a big deal. Now, whether North Korea can do that, whether a solar flare happens, or whatever, there's multiple ways you could have it happen. And they may be, far-fetched ideas, but they're not all really that far-fetched. Hell, we could end up doing something by mistake, so whatever. So you got that aspect. So I want to get to conspiratorial things. I don't. It's not really conspiratorial though. If everything is connected and everything got fried, everything would be fucked. That's not conspiratorial. Maybe the whole, it gives us cancer kind of a thing, or it manipulates the metals in our body that we're getting from the, whatever, the rain that comes down from the chemtrails, whatever. That might be a little conspiratorial. But there's no there's no truth to it not being true. Let's put it that way. There's been no study. So, again, I want to get those out of the way. But the biggest problem and the biggest thing that nobody wants to talk about because you're too busy worrying about the religious, political bullshit. Like, oh, the right is this and the left is that and and the libtards and blah, 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 and the left wants this and the damn left, it's not Trump and blah, blah, blah. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. They will be able to track you. They will be able to track you right now. Now, if you're even remotely religious and you believe in things like, the mark of the beast, when they can track you in real time with this 5G network bullshit, even if you don't believe in that, even if that doesn't even happen, just the fact you have a credit card with a chip in it, and most of the credit cards today have chips in them, guess what? They can track you. They know right where you're going. It's in your wallet, it's in your purse, wherever you're going. You're going downtown, they can track you. They know right where you're going. And that's problematic. I don't care if you're the biggest Donald Trump supporter. Oh, the Christian right and the evangelicals, it's so great. It's of God, and God gave us Trump, and oh, it's so wonderful. I don't want them knowing where the fuck I'm going. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't care if it's, the most GOP politically correct bullshit. I love Jesus bullshit. Okay, I don't care. I don't care if it's the most demonic liberal, whatever you want to call it, the libertarians. I don't want anybody knowing where the fuck I'm going. That's all I'm saying to you. It's nobody's damn business. Because again, if they basically run this shit, they can everything you do online. I mean, who needs a warrant tab? Because all they have to do is put in the terms of service. Oh, by the way, we can listen to you. Listen. I guarantee you they're listening to me right now. Fuck you, assholes. I guarantee you. Surprised my little fucking webcam isn't on. Hey, the way I look at it is, you motherfucker want to watch me watch porn? That's on you, motherfucker. That ain't me. But people need to stop looking at it from one-sided bullshit. Stop with your political bullshit. Fuck if you're Republican. Fuck if you're liberal. Who gives a shit? Oh, the liberals this and the Democrats that, and this isn't about Trump. Trump is a good guy, and blah, blah, blah. Trump is not a good guy. Trump does not give a shit about you. If your fucking head exploded right now, Trump would not lose a minute's sleep over your shit. Okay, I'm sorry. He doesn't give a flying fuck about you. Stop acting like he does. And no, the liberals don't care about you either. It's just so stupid, so pathetic. Like you're gonna go out of your way. You're gonna go out of your freaking way to try to defend these people. And it's what. I'm sorry, these people don't give a flying fuck about you. They don't care about you. Oh, yes, they do. Donald Trump gave up his billions so he could fight for America. Are you fucking stupid? He ain't fighting for you. He's fighting for his fucking hotels. He's fighting for tax cuts. Yes, for him. He comes out and says, oh, I lost a lot of money. Yeah, bullshit, you lost a lot of money. Fuck you. You're a lying piece of shit. You're a lying piece of shit. Every fucking loophole they ever give anybody is for the fucking rich. They don't give loopholes to the middle class. You ever notice that? There's no fucking loophole for you. You get the poop hole, they get the loophole. Fuck you. Wake up. Wake the fuck up. Oh, liberal. It had nothing to do with liberal. It's the fact you're an idiot. Wake the fuck up. They're using you. You watch fucking Fox News, and what do? You parrot their bullshit. You spew it out. You regurgitate their bullshit, word for fucking word. Most times, you go to any conservative post, and you read the comments from conservatives, and it's word for fuck word every single freaking time. You parrot that shit. You don't even put a collective thought together. You can't even come up with your own humorous sarcasm, because that's what you're trying to be. You're big government. You're trying to be cute, libtard. You're trying to be cute and funny, and you can't even come up with your own original shit. And it's sad and it's pathetic. You're being used. You're being manipulated. We're all being fucking manipulated. Now, one of the problems is, I'm sorry, but our internet coverage in America is straight up garbage. Now, I'm saying this as somebody who's a gamer, who's a streamer. We have the single worst fucking internet imaginable in the world. We do. The free market is bullshit. The free market, as far as that goes, is bullshit. Because you don't have a free fucking market. There is no such thing as free market when it comes to internet providers. It's, what does your area have? It literally is a mob boss mentality. Like, each major player has their own territory. And you might have a few carryovers like Dish Network, or the Vio stuff, or the whatever that shit is. You might have a little bit of a carryover, but for the most part, Comcast has their little area. Verizon has their little niche. Now, again, sometimes some of it's overarching and some of it's, like for example, Spectrum. There's an area for Spectrum, there's an area for Comcast, there's, they basically niched out a little area for themselves. Now, some are collective, like Verizon is pretty much everywhere. There's not a lot of competition. And when there is competition, the prices aren't that much better. They really aren't. I mean, seriously, the prices between Dish Network and Time Warner at the time, there was not a lot of difference. Maybe one had a sale once on a blue moon. Like, oh yeah, for the first year we'll give it to you for $29.99, and then it's $800, after that. Bullshit. 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 They're they are literally a monopoly and mob boss run bullshit. They are. They have their own little territories. Like, seriously, you don't see in fact, I don't even think you do. I don't think you see like a much of a carryover. I mean, whatever the different company providers are, very rarely do you actually have a choice. I want this one or that one. This one's $10 cheaper a month than that one, and we get the same service. You don't get the same service. Like, seriously, Time Warner was selling X number of channels for like $40, and then you see all these internet things where it's like, oh, I can get cable from the internet, and you plug in this little dongle, and it's $40. It's the same fucking price. It's the same damn price. It's not even like it's cheaper. It's not like there's options. I mean, I literally want 25 channels total. That's it. No, you gotta get 250 channels. I don't want 250 fucking channels. They force fuck you to buy that shit. And, because I'll be honest with you, I don't know what's worse, government control or free market. Free market says, oh yeah, by the way, you're gonna get 300 channels whether you want them or not. Well, what the fuck says I want 300 fucking channels? Like, I got time to watch 300 fucking channels. Like anybody does. I don't understand the logic there. Oh, the free market, the free market. Yeah, if the free market actually could work in this situation, and it does not work, don't say it does. You say the free market works in the cable company, you're a fucking idiot. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Anybody who's had trouble, especially with Time Warner specifically, knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Anybody who's had a problem with their cable company knows exactly what I'm talking about. There are very, very, very few options, if any. Like, I'm sorry, upstate New York has very few options. Yeah, I could put a dish on the side of the house, or I could go Time Warner. Well, no, Spectrum. Spectrum is actually a little bit better. I don't know about their customer service. I haven't actually had to deal with them. They're relatively new, but, hey, you know what? For the same price I was paying for 30 megs, they doubled it. So I'll give them credit. I'll give them some credit. They're giving me 60 megs at the bare minimum, and I didn't have to pay extra for it. Well, technically I did, but whatever. So, I mean, Spectrum was a step up, I'll be honest. But to what extent, I don't know. I really haven't had a lot of dealings with them. It's just, shit works, and I haven't had a problem. So, thankfully, it's been, what? A year? If that? No, I don't even think it's been a year. Probably been less than a year. Probably 8 months. So, it's been good. It's been good for the 8 months. But, knock on fuck wood, because guess what? It'll probably shit the bed 10 minutes after I get done with this clip. Probably go upload it and the whole thing shits the bed, and then I gotta fucking deal with them. But, yeah, there's a little free market. I am still sick and tired of hearing about the free market. Yeah, the free market's great if the free market actually has a chance to thrive. But the way they set it up and the way things are the way, oh my god. Now, I don't know what the problem is. Maybe it's regulation, government regulation is doing this. I have no idea. But somebody somewhere needs to step in and say, hey, guess what? Where's the competition? Where's the competition? There is no competition. There isn't. Realistically, let's be honest. When it comes to cable and internet, there is no such thing as competition. But I don't want to go back into all that. So, realistically, we do have shitty internet in this country. We have legitimately slow, shitty internet in this country. And it's a fact. It's a fact. And yes, net neutrality was a big deal. What did we do before? It's only been around for 2 years. Yeah, you know what? We got fucked before that, too. I mean, seriously, how many times did you try to stream something and all of a sudden you see that little fucking streamer, that little slowpoke bullshit, that buffering sign. I mean, come on. It should be a law that says the internet should be equal to everyone. That you're no worse or no better than anybody else. Because what pisses me off is all these idiot Republicans, and I say idiot Republicans because you're being stupid, you're being a parrot, you're just parroting what Fox News told you. The fact is, you need to understand, you need to look beyond what you were told and understand the situation, understand what it is you're talking about, because you don't. Because I'm going to let you in a little secret. The internet service providers, Verizon, Comcast, they don't tend to be very, how do I say this, conservative. They tend to be a little on the liberal side. Comcast is a little bit on the liberal side. They're a little bit on the liberal side. They're a little bit on the liberal side, you fucking idiot. So guess what? Guess what? When they slow internet down and they slow down people that they disagree with, guess who they're going to slow down first? Your fucking Republican channels. Your fucking Republican sites. Especially in today's market where we have born-again Christian conservatives actually making excuses for pedophilia, making excuses for Nazis, making excuses for sexual assault, making excuses for alt-right bullshit. Guess what? Guess who's going to get shut down first? Guess who's going to get slow-poked and not be put into the fast lane? It's going to be all your conservative sites, all you people, big government, big government. This is one time you want big government, son. This is one time you want big government. In fact, it's not even big government. Now, big government would be, okay, actually, to be honest with you, big government would be almost the exact opposite. It would be the free market of, well, we don't like this, so you can't say that, so we're going to slow you down. That actually would be big government. But the government, see, the problem is, and I don't think a lot of people get this. We have this idea that big government is bad. And yes, big government is bad for the free market. And sometimes the free market needs to be put in check. It just does. Again, toxic shit into your water is bad. There needs to be a government rule that says you can't do that. And I don't care if they have to pass the whatever expenses on to the people who buy their products. Okay. And it's toxic chemicals into water. Well, the water will eventually. What? No. Fuck your stupid excuses. Dumping toxic shit anywhere is a bad fucking idea. It just is. Why we can't agree on that is beyond me. Well, it's big government, man. Big government. It has nothing to do with big government. It has a fact. People can't just do whatever the fuck they want. Because we have this idea that, it's a free market, so it's great. They can run roughshod and do whatever the fuck they want to do. There's no recourse that, is beyond them. They can do whatever they want. That's bullshit. They can't just do whatever the fuck they want. They can't. They shouldn't be allowed to. Now, they should be able to thrive. Yes. They should be able to make money. Yes. But at what extent? What if somebody moved in, a big corporation moved in your backyard and want to put toxic chemicals in your backyard, literally in your backyard, like just on the other side of your fence, toxic barrels of green liquid shit, and your kids are out there playing on the swing set, growing a third eye. Are you going to be cool with that? Well, it's the free market, and I don't really want big government. Oh, so you'd rather have your kid with a third fucking eye than big government? Really? Don't be an idiot. Don't be stupid. Grow up. Grow up and stop being fucking stupid. Get your head out of your ass. Stop worrying about your political bullshit and worry about your reality. Because there's a difference. There's a big difference between your political bullshit and your reality. Your reality says one thing and your political says, and you're like, and you just bask in the glow of their bullshit. All the while they're using you like fucking puppets. Fox News doesn't give a fuck about you. Fox News doesn't give a damn about you. They don't give a flying fuck about you. They care about making money. These big corporations, this big, capitalistic society, they care about making money at your expense. And you are just sitting there and agreeing to it. And like, yes, come and spread your cheeks to my ass and just fuck me into oblivion. At least it's not big government. The problem with the idea of government is there's the blind eye of justice, where the government says there's this rule, that's it. In other words, you know, whatever. In other words, there's no discrimination. It's, do you meet this criteria, yes or no? Do you dump toxic shit into rivers? Yes. Okay, then you shouldn't be allowed to do it. So you're not allowed to do it. We are making it so you can't do it. That's not a bad thing. I shouldn't be allowed to dump toxic shit into, it's a capitalistic society, it's a free market society, free market capitalism. To what extent, though? To what extent? Okay, here's a question. Can I come into your house with a camera, rape you and your family, put it on TV and make money? That's capitalistic society. But yet we have laws that says, yeah, I can't rape you. But I'm making money, dude. I'm making money raping you and your family. Your wife, your kids, your fucking dog, whatever. Explain to me how capitalist society is the end-all be-all. Free market is the end-all be-all. If I rape your family, that's not cool. You'd be the first in line saying, oh yeah, I think there needs to be government, regulation saying he shouldn't be allowed to rape my family. And post it on the internet and make money. Use your fucking head, please. Use your fucking head. I mean, seriously. Now, yes, I will admit, sometimes the regulations maybe do go a little overboard. I understand that. I get that. And that is a problem. I will say straight out that it could be a big problem. As in, I don't know every single solitary rule, so I will likely assume that there's at least one or two that are maybe a little excessive. Fine. We can debate those, but dumping toxic shit into water is not one we should be debating, ever. Me raping your family is not one we should be debating, ever. Ever. Okay? And whatever, man. People are just dumb. People can just do whatever they want. Oh, you're just a liberal. You're just a liberal. I'm so sick and tired of that weak-minded, fucktard, retard idiocy. Because you're wrong, and you can't admit it. See, the problem is, I can admit you're wrong. Why can't you admit you're wrong? If I admit you're wrong, why can't you? But yeah, you're just a liberal. You're just a liberal. You're just a liberal. No, I'm just a person with my fucking eyes and ears open. That's all it is. Yeah, I at least try to understand the situation before, I don't just let Fox News tell me what to, dictate to me what I'm supposed to believe. I'm sorry. Yeah, you know why Fox News was all against it? Because it was a money thing. They were looking to make money off of it. The people who back them and give them money didn't like it. They didn't like net neutrality. So guess what? Fox News, we don't like net neutrality. They didn't give a damn about it. I watched some of that stuff. They didn't even explain what it was. They had Ajit Pai on there. And they basically just gave him free run. They didn't even ask him any real questions. He sat there and didn't blink and smiled like a fucking jacket. First off, I don't trust anybody who don't blink. That's just me. That's just my own personal thing. But the guy's on like crack or some fucking shit. He's high as a fucking kite, dude. He's like, I mean, guy's fucked in the head. I mean, seriously, you want to talk about Alex Jones and the fucking lizard people? I think Jeet Pie is one of these fucking lizard people. That motherfucker didn't blink. He didn't blink. He was on there for at least a good 5 minutes and didn't blink once. I don't think I've even seen a Jeet Pie once blink. I've seen videos of him. He did that little thing where he's dabbing and doing a little hokey shuffle there. I watched all that shit. Motherfucker didn't blink once, dude. I've seen like countless hours of like video of him. He motherfucker don't blink. He don't blink. I don't think he's blinked once in like last 30 years. I can't be 100% accurate about that, but holy shit. I'm sorry. People need to understand what they're talking about before they start talking. And stop letting people dictate to you. Stop letting people use you as a puppet. And again, the best response, you're a liberal. You're a liberal. You're a fucking idiot. So guess what? I'd rather be a liberal than be a fucking idiot. Okay? At least at the end of the day, I know what I'm talking about. Or at least try to know what I'm talking about. You know? You can call me a liberal all you want. Doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck. I at least try to understand what I'm talking about. Like I said, I try to grasp the situation and try to inform other people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Because the fact that I have to go on these fucking forums and explain to people, especially conservatives, why they should not want Comcast, liberals, who I believe, doesn't Comcast own the Huffington Post, which is very liberal? I think it's Huffington Post. It's one of those liberal places. That, guess what? Your conservative alt-right bullshit is going to be the first one to go down when they actually do eventually do it. And, well, actually, I shouldn't say eventually do it. They've already done it. They've already started doing it. They were doing that stuff before. Again, they did it with Netflix. Comcast, I believe it was Comcast, said that anybody who has our service, and if you're Netflix and you want to put you want people to use your product, you have to pay us a ransom. And they did eventually. They had to pay extra. They had to pay more money to do that, so they can get in the fast lane, so that the people who had the Comcast, their shit wasn't slowed down. So instead of a government rule saying that everyone is equal, everyone's on the same playing field, basically anybody who has Comcast is different than anybody who has Verizon. Anybody who has Verizon is different than anybody who has Spectrum. Anybody who has Spectrum is different than this one or that one. No, you say, well, they're different, they should be different. Yeah, but the speed shouldn't. If I'm paying 60 megs and you're paying 60 megs, why am I getting 25 megs and you're getting 42? No, obviously, you can deal with some latency and bullshit. Okay. But like when I was paying Time Warner, I was paying for 30 and I was lucky if I was getting 17. Now, why is that cool? Why is that a good thing? You're paying for 30, getting 30, or pretty close, maybe 20, 26, 28, 23 if it dips. But I'm getting 17 at the max. Usually I was getting around 14, 13, 15, somewhere in there. And I'm paying the same amount of money as you. Why the fuck is that fair? Oh, it's free capitalism market. No, it's not. It's bullshit. It's evil, it's wicked, it's bullshit. And yeah, we need government to come in and say, guess what, fucker? You can't do that. You can't do that. I am just as equal as you are. You're just as equal as me as far as being a paid customer for a paid service. And again, there was no and still is really no alternative. So, okay, I'm getting 17 on Time Warner. Where the fuck else do I go? Where the fuck else do I go? Dish Network was only selling 15 at the max. So if I went to them, I'd be getting 15, and that's if I got every meg that I was paying for. It's still 2 less than I was getting it before with Time Warner. So kiss my fucking dick until I die. You are fucking bullshit. Fuck your free capitalist market bullshit. Yeah, if it had the end-all, be-all of what you fucking need, if it actually had the ability to be a free market and actually give options, then fine. But you know what? I don't want to talk about this anymore. Because, quite frankly, my tablet is running low on battery. Because, again, free market, they can give me a shitty fucking battery. But hey, whatever. Let's not even get into that. Fuck you, iPad. Anyways, I'm done. Fuck you.